on the Play Callers podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Here we go. So, hey, I want to say, give a big shout out to Cadillac for the gift, for the graphic, and we just wanted to rebrand and do some things different this time and go live. We switching it over to a Twitch platform from Anchor. So we're just trying some new things. We expected some kinks, but we are back, and we are now going by the Play Callers podcast. And just appreciate everybody that's joining us tonight. We just coming off of the event from the Maddenverse, the Yard event with Lohhtime running that. And today we got actually Lohhtime himself joining us right before the big game. How you doing, man?
What's going on? I'm doing fantastic, actually. I'm ready to get this game underway.
Yeah, I bet, man. We also joined by the original crew. We got T. Hoyt with us. We got Lohhtime. We got Low. And we got Sean De Niro, man. Y'all boys doing all right?
Doing good, man.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good to be back. So, we're going to get into a couple things, man. Before we get into the game real heavy, I do want to welcome Lohhtime with us and kind of chop up some things he's got going on. He's had a rough season in Soden Bowl so far, and I know a lot of that has been due to him, making a lot of moves with his own thing. He's got Maddenverse popping off. So, before we get into all this, tell us about Maddenverse real quick.
Well, to clear things up, we're not going to make excuses. My rough season has very much been my lack of being able to complete a pass, evidently. But as far as the Maddenverse goes, it's been very solid. For those who are unaware, we're actually a very, very new community. We just made the name change recently, and within the past 3-4 days, our community has literally tripled in size. Definitely come check us out at maddenverse.com. Right now, it's going to send you to our server. We are currently working on a website, but the server does a lot of things automated and really gives you a unique experience for anything you're trying to do in the Madden realm of things. And we're going to get it fixed up just to the point where anything you're trying to do, you can get done within the server. And then come time when we get the website done, you're going to have that much more in-depth. And I don't really want to give too much away about the website right now, but I will tell you right now, in downloading Madden in the future, Maddenverse app needs to be on your phone or you are literally missing half of your experience.
Yeah, man. That's big, man. That sounds very promising. It sounds like some big things are coming. And if I'm a new guy coming into Madden and CFMs, it sounds like the place to be, man.
Most definitely. And we're actually this is a place for every sort of person, from your bigger leagues to the ones that are starting up. We help our newer player or our newer leagues find players, whereas our bigger, more established, more content-driven leagues, we really give them an outlet to expand and get their name out there and really connect with more of the Madden community and focus more on just individual people than it just being about a video game. Like, this is so much more than a video game to a lot of us. 4th and 2, what are you going to do? Like, that makes or breaks you, those are the moments we live for.
Absolutely, man. That's so dope, man. That's a good idea. So we're gonna keep an eye on Maddenverse, man. Kind of work together and see how things go. I want to see this thing grow to something big. So real quick shout out to Cream8. He's first in the chat. He's always been supportive, especially Ohio Bengal as well, and even K-Matt in the building tonight. So just appreciate you guys coming through and kicking it with us. Post in the chat you guys predictions. Who you think is gonna win tonight? We got Lohhtime versus Swing on D's and the 49ers. Post your predictions. Speaking of that, we're moving on to we're real close to the playoffs. 15.
believe I see nothing.
Week 16.
Real close. I think it's preserve your players time. We got two guys, man, that are kind of in that rough season. Really due to a lot of turnovers they haven't.
We don't have to do that.
But yeah, man. I mean, we got a lot of predictions going on. I know myself. I personally have the Bears taking it. We get into a lot of stats. Shocking. AMC says Titans taking it. They have the rough season. What you got going?
Oh man, I've played Lohhtime quite a few times, and it's the mistakes from the computer, and he's a good user, but also he just can't catch a break. So I'm gonna go with swing tonight, only because of the check down and the George Kittle factor.
Yeah, and you're familiar. You guys are divisional foes, and George Kittle, man, that guy is an X factor, and I mean, if we're looking at it, really, it could be make or break depending on what George Kittle's gonna do. Lo, who you got taking this one, man?
So I played swing on these first week of this season, and pretty back and forth game. His defense is, what he built during the offseason, and he executed on my mistakes that I made. And I played Lohhtime last season. I think that game was a very low-scoring game as well. And again, the defense came through for Lohhtime to even beat me last season. So I think it may be an equal low-scoring game, but the deciding factor, I think I'm gonna get the edge to swing on these, the 49ers.
Oh man, yo, Lohhtime, man, they got you, they got you going out of there, man. De Niro, you believe in the Bears, man?
I will say Trubisky has made a turn at some point this season. I'm not quite sure when it was, and I'm not going to say he's there yet, but our last season was just absolutely horrible, and he led the lead in interceptions and fumbles. So, he was just a turnover machine. This year, he's not fumbling as much. He's still getting those interceptions, but if I'm being honest, that's a little bit more on my end. And lately, he's been making some really solid throws. He's had 2 overthrows that led to picks in the last 2 games. And then, you got those 50-50 balls. And my guys they're fast. They're not built to go up and come down with it like that, except for Komet. Komet's coming down with it regardless. But I don't really if I have to make like an unbiased prediction, I do see this being a close game, and whoever is on a game-winning potential drive is going to find a way to not do so. So I think that's the best way that I could put it, honestly. It is what it is.
Now, I could say this. I don't want to give too much information because we do have you on here before the game, and your opinion. Most of the times I'll be spilling the beans and telling people like who to watch out for. Like, we all know George Kittle, X Factor. He's the big tight end. He's gonna do his thing. But during the off season, like Swing on These had a pretty good off season, and I played that, like I said, earlier in the season, and the people that he got on his team additionally executed to beat me. I think it was by 4 points or something. It was a fourth quarter game. But like I said, this game, I feel like it's going to be coming down to a close game, fourth quarter, but I believe that the better defense is going to win the game.
I got to agree on that. I mean, if you look at it, the Bears, according to, my Madden on SodenBowl.com, shout out to that for the stats. The Bears ranked number 6 in passing, but you also look at the 49ers defense, and they're top 10 in rushing and passing defense. So it's really gonna come down to Mitch Trubisky manning up, man, and not making those bad throws like Lohhtime was saying. So it's gonna be good to see, man.
Lo, I'm gonna be real with you, Lohhtime, with this whole Bears thing, because I've been a Bears user. I've been through turmoil. You know
It's
what I'm
rough.
saying? So
It's rough.
I could speak. I could speak hands on directly what you dealing with. What I called him last year. Mitch don't kill my vibe. And that's what he gonna do.
That's what he gonna do.
It's happening.
34 INTs on the season. I mean, 61% completion rate. He's been sacked 30 times this season. I don't know. I mean, with 49ers, they didn't force 47 interceptions. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game. It's who turns the ball over less. All right, that's what it boils down, because the Bears. I mean, y'all forced 28 sacks. Y'all got 28 INTs. You know what I'm saying? So y'all playing some good defense too. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Jack is a monster.
Oh yeah.
Jalen Johnson is a dog. With 6 INTs, and your middle linebackers combined got 8 INTs on the season. So it's who turns the ball over less. I'm calling it a 28-24 game. That's just the score for me. It's just who protects the ball, at the end of the day for me.
Nope, I definitely agree. I got to talk to Mitch before the game, make sure he's got, everything under control.
Yeah, man. Real quick, man, big shout out also to Cadillac. He provided the group with the logo so far. It's been just cool to do. It's clutch. And he's also in the stream, so big shout out to him. Also, shout out to Soden Bowl for swinging through, showing the support. Just everybody else, man. We appreciate y'all kicking it with us. Moving on, we gotta talk about the biggest X factor I think is in the game, and I know we got the fantasy football night going tonight, and Hoyt mentioned this earlier, man. George Kittle is just a beast of a player. He has the opportunity, to break the game, and he's coming in at 150, worth 150 fantasy points. Shout out Game Time for calculating that. But I mean, if you look at the guy, I didn't know he was a 99 overall. I haven't seen a 99 overall tight end, since I turned on this Madden. But I have yet to see Swing on Knees go a game without really utilizing him. So if he finds a way to turn it up, and I know Swing on Knees is in the chat, and I know Lohhtime is here, but I really don't think you can stop George Kittle, man. Do you guys see him being the top guy?
George Kittle is literally, damn near 50 yards away from 1,200 yards on the season.
Wow, that's crazy.
He George Kittle, pretty much. That's he a monster, man. And like you said, Doc, first time seeing a tight end at 99. So he is definitely killing the game. It's gonna be a big X factor in this matchup tonight. But not to take nothing away from the Bears. I think Lohhtime gonna lock up. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. I look forward to seeing it.
And to stay on the tight end topic, Lohhtime himself and Cole Kmet is no slouch.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep on Cole Kmet, whether he's coming out of the backfield from the fullback position, or he's lined up in the slot, or he's on the end of the line. He's going to make plays. Do not forget about him. Also,
Cole Kmet is that guy.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Cordero Patterson. Dangerous.
Yeah, man, you're right about that. Those are guys that you forget about, man. And, real quick in the chat, guys, post who you think is going to have the biggest fantasy performance. I know a lot of guys had C.J. Verdell. Is that how you say his name? Verdell? guy in
Verdell.
Oregon.
Verdell, yeah, something like that.
TJ Verdell. A lot of guys had him. A lot of guys had Leonard Fournette. I know I have both of them on my roster. It's gonna be.
Damn,
it's
you
gonna
went
be a good one.
both. I bet
Oh,
I
yeah.
could run a little bit this game.
Put a lot of faith.
It's gonna be nice.
When I look and see the number of interceptions that you guys are throwing, I really don't want either quarterback. I don't want any receiver.
You're gonna pick double running backs.
Keep it on the ground.
Can't play.
Keep it on the ground, man. You know. But yeah. So
You gotta put it in the air sometime.
Lohhtime. I put my trust in David Montgomery. You know, I hope he at least touch the field.
Hey, Lo, he ain't gonna touch the field. He ain't gonna touch the field. Warm ups, maybe. I don't think
He's
gonna
out there
get
stretching. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yo, Madden didn't show him any love, man. They didn't show him any love with the speed. Him, Jacobs, Devin Singletary is unusable.
Yeah. Edwards Hilaire's the same way.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But you know, and shout out Madden 20 Cool, man.
Right.
We're not forgetting about Khalil, man. Lohhtime was so gracious to trade me Khalil Mack the first season, and it's been beautiful, man. It's been gorgeous, you know. So shout out Lohhtime for that trade.
No, most definitely. It actually worked out pretty well. As you see with the linebacker we picked up during the draft, I mean, he filled in that gap in the defense and got Cordell a little running partner in Leonard Fournette.
Oh, yeah, he's been beast.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Yeah, and you know,
don't forget about Montgomery.
For low sake.
Yeah, man. You know, so moving on, man. The other thing here, we got Mr. touched on earlier. He's gonna be a key to the game as well. There's on the side. So being number 6 in passes, most time passes,
We really don't have to look at this. His phone, for that matter, like either one.
He has Jubal. He might be the first quarterback. No, the second quarterback after the quarterback.
I am determined to hit one juke this whole season. You might see it tonight.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. But yeah, Mitch Trubisky, man, this guy, I don't know how long he's gonna be in Chicago. I think he's got potential. Music down. Yeah, like I said, this is a trial, man.
Well, I will say with Trubisky, we have put him on a 6-year, and one way or another, we're riding with him until he breaks himself or breaks away from the path.
And I appreciate. I'm glad that you have the ability to bring him back for another year because as Green Bay, it helps me in the long run.
Ooh, shots right there.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Mitch is a Green Bay fan at this point, or at least he thinks he's on their team.
He did have more completions to my team last game than Jordan Love did. I can give you that.
Yeah, the thing with Mitch, man, like Lohhtime, like I completely understand. Like it's like you got potential with Mitch. It's just it depends on what Mitch show up each week. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll go out here and have a hell of a game, and then the next week it's like he ain't suit up. He ain't put his pads on, and he left his arm in. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's like you get to that point. It's like, man, I need to go in a different direction, but it's like who else out there that can help run my offense? Man, I believe in this man. I'm gonna sign him for 6 years.
David Montgomery.
and then T Hold over there, like, yes, sign him for 6 years.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Well, see, the thing with Mitch is an extremely solid quarterback for half of the game. If you look at the stats for every game I played so far, half of his game he is absolutely like above 100 quarterback rating easily, and it's either the first half or second half. He gets to decide. I don't have any influence on that. But yeah, if I can get him to stop being a half game quarterback and be a full game or at least a closer, it'd be absolutely fantastic.
So he's playing like Jameis Winston in real life.
Absolutely.
Anything at this point, anything but playing like Mitch in real life. Like that's what we're trying to get from.
Man, I mean, speaking of Jameis, man, why we talking real life football? Why can somebody explain?
Don't ask stupid questions. Don't ask no stupid questions.
What you mean?
He's on the bench for a reason. And Taysom Hill is running the Saints until Drew Brees ribs recover.
Bro.
Now let's move on to the next scenario.
Nah, Jameis Winston is a legend, man. I'm not trying to hear that. All Jameis needs, he just needs some coaching, bro. He got LASIK. He lost a little weight. Like Jameis is ready, man.
Bro, I ain't hearing none of that. We winning without him, and he continue holding the foes up in the locker room after every W while he on the bench. Here,
takes the W, right? Man, I don't know. It beats me. But
I want to hear them take some Hill haters real quick though. The ones that was complaining about his contract.
I remember that. Yeah, that was back with they was having a debate about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how it plays out.
I remember.
You know, but moving to that, man. Yeah. Do you have still have Yeah, that's crazy, dude. We got a good game coming up, man. I think a lot of guys are favorite, to go towards, the 49ers this game. But to be honest, man, just wrapping it up, I think, that this game is going to come down to defense. Whoever turns the ball over less. I know this is cliche, but when you look at the turnover ratio of these two guys, man, like I don't see how you're not running the ball. But that may be part of it. But
every play.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and that wanted to tune into the fantasy as well. Big shout out to Game Time for putting that together today. Stuff got hectic.
Yeah, swing. It is going right into Snipes.
Yeah. Good question. No, you good. Great question. What we're gonna do in the next couple of minutes, man, we're gonna raid this thing over to SNYPZ TV. Everybody that's in this chat is gonna swing right into Snipes. We're gonna transition into that. This is just kind of a cool concept we wanted to try out, man. So I appreciate everybody that came through. We also will be doing a post game show. Snipes gonna swing you all back to us. Just kind of recapping. And K-Man said fire the DJ.
Here.
Hey, get us some music requests, K-Man. Type up what we need to play next time, and I can get it for you. Yeah, we get it straight, man. We're working out the kinks, man. I know this is a cool concept, though, man. This kind of allowing us to kick back with a lot of the guys in the league and get some feedback, man. So as we get these things rolling, we want to be out there. We'll be going live. If you're here, please give us a follow. So you'll know when we go live. Be locked in when we do this thing, because we will be doing more than just Wednesday. So yeah. Other than that, man, y'all guys got anything to wrap up, man?
No, just stay tuned to the game, man, and then stick around. Listen to us cut the shit at the end of the game.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
let us down.
Please don't, man.
Don't let us down.
Please don't, man.
On you. Post game gonna be on you.
Oh
Hey.
yeah, post game filter.
Oh yeah, we here. So and before we switch this thing over to Snipes, man, big shout out to Snipes. To be honest, if it weren't for Snipes, man, this would not be going down right now. He kind of brought us through a lot of this stuff, so it's only right that we kind of, y'all show support. We raid into his channel. He's the man. And shout out to Soden, putting together Soden Bowl and everything that we got here. And just big shout out to the fellas in here and everybody that came through to kick it, man. So other than that, man, we're gonna enjoy a good game, man. I got my fantasy lineup set. You got 4 minutes to get your fantasy lineup in, and they're gonna lock that kickoff. And me and Game Time will work together the rewards after that. Other than that, man, I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna raid this thing over to Snipes. He is now live. Make sure though, yeah, he's live now. We kick you guys over there. I appreciate y'all coming through. Yes, sir. Yo, we all here?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah, man. Man, what a game. I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that fumble, that kick return, because I had 2 whole steps. You gotta have that ball in your hands at that point. You take 2 whole steps and then you're gonna drop the ball.
Yo, I've seen some
Catch
crazy
that last
stuff.
one where I forgot to hit the fumble, and then Komet dropping that pass at the 2-yard line. Yeah, it hurts my soul. Bears just don't like playing football.
I'm not gonna lie, man. It looks like your defense forgot to tackle.
Oh my God, my whole squad today, just like they're in it for the paycheck at this point. We're looking for a pick. It is what it is. The whole team had a meeting without my ass. But that's all good. I'd rather the pick anyways, but
Yo.
They definitely in off-season plan right now. I'm gonna be real with you about it.
Oh, it's bad.
but-
I got no meat on defense, really. Everybody's speed.
Yeah.
You had Khalil Mack, but you gave him to the enemy.
Gave him to the enemy.
You gave him to my enemy.
Nah, that's all right. We got 2 early first rounds this year. They both going on the line. I don't even care.
What you looking to trade them or what?
Them picks. It depends on what you got for linemen.
Oh shit, I got all kinds of linemen.
Oh, well, we might be able to work something out then.
That's good.
But man, that game was it was defensive, like we kind of imagined. Kind of both teams kind of struggled a little bit on offense. The 49ers actually got the run game going. And what I wanted to say, like I said, I didn't want to spill the beans, but I wanted to say so bad, watch out for CJ Verdell, because that rookie, man, he is special. That rookie is special, man. When he got going, I said he ain't finna get stopped.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When he first started, I'm like, who is this man, and why is he not running with Mostert? And by the end of the game, I know his name, so I might put myself a impact.
Nah, he did start out with Mostert though, but I mean, I feel like you did set the tone. You know what I'm saying, with the run game, especially on your first drive. It would have been nice to see you get 7 on that drive, but you played real poise on that first drive, man, especially executing those third downs, which was huge. But I just felt like during the game you were gonna truly play the clock to your advantage. Because I mean, by the time the 49ers got the ball in the first quarter, I mean, there was maybe 2.5, 3 minutes left. So I thought you were going to truly try to nickel and dime and just take what he give you. You know what I'm saying? But, you know,
that was the plan. I mean, y'all
fumbles
seen
and
Mitch. Mitch did awesome the first, whatever. And then it is what it is. He's my first half quarterback. I need to start putting Foles in to end up the game.
And
you need to have 2 QB systems for real.
ultimately, you played a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, defensively, you played a great game. I mean, you gave up 160 yards rushing, but you only gave up 21 yards passing. That's unheard
I like
of.
that.
I mean, he had 4 takeaways, obviously, but that was into the game, scratching and clawing, trying to get back.
Right.
You only gave up 21 yards passing. That's all he had. So don't say the team's not there. It's there. And Mitch threw his picks, but that was at the end of the game when you had to make it happen.
Yeah, you
Right.
can't.
Oh yeah,
come from behind. Come from.
yeah. I gotta say, I love the offense and the defense, the secondary. I mean, y'all seen how they react. Even the middle linebackers, when they're in a zone, are solid. But when it comes to that front seven and having to really put some meat on the ball, they just can't do it.
Yeah.
Lohhtime. I was gonna say this during the pregame, but I didn't want to, like Sean Lowe said, I don't really want to give nothing away. But this is what I was truly thinking earlier today was if you did get down early and had to crawl back, the INTs were coming from Mitch. But what I didn't want to disclose earlier is the fact that Minka had 11 INTs prior to this game. Earl Thomas got 7.
Oh well, I mean they got 2 more apiece, so it is what it is.
So if you're looking to go,
We're donating to the cause out here.
It was a no-fly zone.
You're donating to Earl's Hall of Fame. That's what you're donating to.
Yeah, that's secondary. That's secondary nasty and them safeties. To switch it a little bit, man. We near the end of the season, y'all, and it's time to really put the predictions together, man. What y'all think about playoff race as far as like who coming out the AOC and NFC? We start you, De Niro. What's up?
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I like my guy Kylo, man. I mean, if you gonna do it, support the division. I mean, Pat's sitting at 4 and however, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bring the shit back to the division is pretty much where I'm at with it. He's solid, real poised player, man. And Kylo, he's not one dimensional. He switch it up. You got to really think when you playing him, man. So hopefully he bring it home, man. Bring it to the division.
Yeah, Kylo is definitely playing like. I feel like this season, Kylo playing like Alabama playing in real life. I'm gonna be honest with you. They just so explosive. Just so explosive, man. He just don't make mistakes. And same way if you watch Alabama, I'm a big Alabama fan. I'm watching them each and every single week. Don't matter if we healthy or not at the time being, Alabama just doing what Alabama do. So I gotta kind of agree with that, man. Kylo on his A game. Lohhtime, you got any predictions?
Hey, December the 19th, though. By the way, circle that.
We ready for it. We ready for
it. Gator Nation.
Oh,
we
man.
ready.
That game there, man. I can't wait to go expose Florida, man. I mean, to be honest, dog, Trask is not that guy. I mean, Pitts and the receiving core in Florida is mistaken. That's just my opinion, dog.
Come on.
I'm not impressed with Trask, dog.
Hey, we ain't finna talk about Florida now. We finna,
right.
We finna stick on task real quick. We're gonna come back to another day. But Lohhtime, man. Put your prediction in who you think coming out of the playoffs.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I see this going to the AFC this year, and I see it going to either Kylo or Wakanda. If you look at their points against, I believe they are just slightly above 200, but I mean it sets them majorly apart. Third place, we got Soden. and he's given up 250. So it's that defense wins championships, and the way that Kylo and Wakanda are playing, it's got to go to one of them if they keep it up consistently throughout it.
I don't disagree. I'm gonna let the two people in the playoffs go last. So I'm gonna go and put my prediction out of AFC. It's tough not to go against Chicago, man. So, just by playing Chicago, playing mostly, I played Doc this season too in my conference, but just by playing Chicago, man, this man makes no mistakes on offense. He really got the talent he built the offseason, the speed he got, and Chicago could go. Wakanda, he's been a quiet piece too. You got Samoan Boy also in the picture. But the NFC, this might be tricky because at first I had T. Hoyt going against Chicago in the finals. I mean, not the finals, but the Super Bowl. I'm thinking about basketball. Yeah, my bad. But I had T. Hoyt going against Chicago, but let's take it back to week 15 when T. Hoyt played the defending champions, and the defending champions that I see through, they trying to make their names known as, they're going to go for a two-piece. So it could be I see through. And that's just my opinion.
Man, this is an interesting discussion right now because, I mean, if you look at the NFC, it kind of looks similar to how last year was shaping out. But there's two things. You got a couple guys for that 7 seed. You got a newcomer Eagles coming. Heath has kind of been on a downslide at the Cardinals, and then you got game time with the Washington football team. Man, and I think didn't Washington just beat the Eagles?
I mean, yeah, but you're talking about two teams that's barely, kind of there, but I mean, they got to run into either they got to run into T. Hoyt, and
but that's
honestly,
my
they
point.
don't get past neither one of them.
T. Hoyt's most likely going to take on Soden or J. Court.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I don't see nobody no stronger than T. Hoyt or I in the playoffs.
Man, I don't know, man.
With all due respect, T. Hoyt.
Me and I's game. I mean, he beat me. I'll give it to him. But I also had an X factor with Jordan Love that I was shooting for. So
straight up,
it's a little different than what it showed out to be. And he won. I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, when you can sit on the linebacker and you got two guys running at you and you don't have to worry about it, you're going to get a pass rush every single time. It's going to happen. But there was a whole aspect to the game that I really didn't use because of the situation, which I ran, but, I had to set up the play action, and it didn't work out. But it wasn't a full game, essentially, as you could say it. I'm not saying he didn't beat me, but there was underlying factors too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. The playoffs are going to get real interesting, man. I mean, like they're saying in the chat, man. I mean, Cream Nape is saying nobody's mentioned number 1 yet. And I got to agree. I play him next week, so I'm going to see what he's actually about. I actually haven't played him in a long time.
And I got to make a mistake because number one has been sneaky. Number one can easily be right there with I. I mean, I'm sorry. Number one can easily be right there with Chicago, and number one really been balling this season. So sorry about leaving you out, number one, but he's another good user in the AFC as well.
Too late.
And NFC is Mr. Witness.
Exactly.
We leave him out every year, but every year he's up there. 1, 2, 3 losses at the most. Yeah, so I mean, you can't forget about him.
Yeah, he's got to get tired of being slept on, and I mean, like Swing on D's was saying, this is Kylo's due year, but I gotta agree with T. Hoyt on this one. I really think this is Mr. Witness year. Is like go home, go big or go home for him this year. So that NFC race, the wild card might not be a little too surprising, but if you get into that divisional round, it's gonna get shaky, man. I'm looking at the standings right now, man. It's gonna be crazy. So we're talking potential matchups like the Saints versus the football team. You got I versus maybe the Seahawks. It's kind of weird. It's gonna get crazy in there. So NFC is gonna be one to watch come divisional round, but the AFC is gonna be live and in full effect from the wild card all the way up to the championship.
Definitely got some sleepers in both conference, but the AFC South looked pretty strong. Like all three teams besides me is in there. So as of right now, that's pretty solid right there. Three people out of the same division.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, shout out to K-Mac, man. He took a suspension, still bounced back strong, man. And he might edge it out, versus Timbo to get that 7 seed, man. It's really gonna come down to them two. It's wide open, man. Once again in Soden Bowl, it's gonna be a very exciting playoffs. I hope we can get more on broadcast this year. But it's gonna get crazy. It's hard to even predict really who's gonna win the Super Bowl right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, it's so hit or miss, especially in Soden Bowl. It doesn't matter how good you are or how good other people see you play. You're gonna get beat. It is what it is. So I thought I was real good, and then Samoan boy, I'm pretty sure he damn near hung 60 on me. So I don't really know.
Yeah, I need to go see what happened on that game, man. I think you've been letting people know about him since that game, man. What happened?
Can tell you, he beat the shit out of
him.
Yo, shout out Snipes, man. Snipes said the video is now on YouTube. Man, once again, big shout out to Snipes, helping us put this thing together. We also have a YouTube channel. I don't have everything figured out, I'm gonna be honest, but each week, man, we're gonna get better. And this video should be up on YouTube, archive, catch the pregame show, the actual game, and this game that we're recording right now on YouTube. Just search, Play Callers Podcast, and we there. So, but yeah.
And I would like to throw out something real quick for the people who are listening who are not involved with Soden Bowl. Just so you guys are aware, this podcast isn't just for Soden Bowl. If you have a big game or a big broadcast in another league, you need to let the team know so that they can potentially try to cover that or talk about it. The podcast is very much about bringing light to some of these leagues that deserve it. So if you feel like your league is one of those, definitely reach out to one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out. And that's kind of what we're gonna head it with that. Maddenverse got a couple things coming up. Be on the lookout for us to be working with Maddenverse. We got a couple PlayStation leagues that we're gonna look at getting into. But once again, man, just appreciate Soden Bowl. What we're doing here in Soden Bowl. This is one of the top leagues for content, and it's very easy to do it here in Soden Bowl because it's very entertaining. It's a lot going on here. So
a lot of
yeah. Great point, Lohhtime. Great point. And while we at it, man, big shout out to Jimmy Garoppolo for taking the honorable knee to close out that game, doing his duty. I had him in fantasy.
Cut the check. Cut the
check for Jimmy G, man. Those negative 0.2 is going. I need that, man. So it's been a good night, man. So we're gonna see how Soden Bowl shakes out, man. We are moving to week 17. The advance should be tomorrow, I believe. And this is the week to rest your players. If you fight for draft picks in the Soden Bowl draft, which is one of the best drafts around. You can always find a good gem in the Soden Bowl draft. So people are shopping draft picks. Week 17 is gonna shake out, and then we're gonna move into the playoffs, man. This stuff is gonna get crazy.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, fellas, y'all got any other topics y'all want to touch on, man, before we wrap up?
No, I'm good, man. Just want to appreciate everybody. Thanks for coming out and supporting us, and hopefully we can do this a lot more for everybody else.
Yeah, same here. Just make sure y'all be in the lookout to follow us, and just hit us up if y'all want us to do anything for y'all. As far as like Lohhtime was saying, like other leagues and stuff like that, we are more than open to, do stuff for y'all leagues and stuff like that as well. So appreciate y'all for listening to us. This is our first night. We hoping to continue to do it some more.
Oh yeah, and if you want to hop on here, man, it's nothing now. Now that we move to the live format, it's nothing but a Discord call. We don't need your phone number or nothing like that. Just like our Lohhtime hopped in before the game. It's a Discord call. He's in here. It's been great, man. So we appreciate all that. And let us know if you want to hop on.
And I appreciate y'all having me here.
Yes, sir.